Imagine after a long day at work and you decide to go home and all your access are blocked. Or you want to go out on an emergency situation and you can't find your way because your gate is blocked. You cry and nobody appears to be listening. You are left all alone with a problem you never started or contributed to. Now that appears to be the fate of Apapa residents who have now come out to give the government 21-day ultimatum or face the consequence. We've been on this story and we are not about to let go of it. Stay with us. As 2018 winds down, residents of Apapa will never forget the impact of the gridlock on their lifestyle, businesses and security in general. The experience varies from one person to the other, as shared by our residents of the area.
We can't get home, we can't get our kids to school on time, people can't come home safely from work. Anything from 7 p.m., that access, trying to get into Apapa, is totally blocked. You are at the mercy of the dark world. And the operatives are no longer there. Many women have been attacked. I have had my windscreen broken twice. The women behind here, everyone has an experience. There's nobody. Some people have slept on the island. It gets to 8 p.m., you hear, we have a group whereby we inform each other, we let ourselves know. And once we find out there's a problem, you either stay out or you go round and round. There was a day that we left VI at 11 p.m. We tried to come in through Eco Bridge, the descent, no way. We moved on to Costain. It was obvious that we couldn't go down and come back. We went to Orile, we couldn't get in. We went down Bode Thomas to Eric Moore. Tried one way, tried the other way, we couldn't. This was on the 26th of October, I cannot forget that date. We now turned around, went to Ojuelegba, then went to Oyingbo, then connected to Costain. No, sorry, to Carter. And while we were at Ido Terminus doing the one way, other cars told us to turn around. We eventually went all the way to Ebutero, then did one way at the bottom of the bridge and climbed from Akpongbo to come all the way into Apapa. We got in at 1:30 a.m. That was the day we now knew that even our nightlife or anything moving after 8 p.m. is, it doesn't make sense for you to be in that traffic. Anything happens to you, you're on your own. There are no security operatives. Nobody cares about us. We deserve to have safety. We deserve to be able to come home after work whenever we want, weekend, weekday, anytime.
While the gridlock persists, repair work on some sections of the bridge compounded the problems for users. At the moment, one of the bridges at Ijora has finally been opened for use. The controller works in Lagos, as well as the project engineer, seized the opportunity to speak on the quality of work put into the construction, with an assurance to motorists that the bridge was safe for use.
Those who were using this bridge before it was closed down, before the commencement of the repair works, it was really in a very, very terrible shape. It was really bad. All the expansion joints were thoroughly bad. And now, once you begin to drive, you will see the smoothness, and of course the entire brick surfacing was replaced. That one involved milling of the bad asphalt and then resurfacing with fresh modified asphalt.
We took out the overlayers of asphalt for years. They used to put asphalt on top of the asphalt, on top of the asphalt without taking the old ones. So it was heavy loads, additional load that not designed for the bridge, and also by ignoring the area of the expansion joint, the old expansion joint, actually it's damaged them more because every truck that passed on it was damaging by knocking the area of the expansion joint, and of course it's not convenient for the drivers to drive like this. This is the first stage. We took all the asphalt. Then we investigated what's happened because this bridge was very, very much in a unusual shaking. There are spaces in the bridge that was moving vertically and horizontally by driving a regular car, a private car. It was really inconvenient feeling. For a driver, and actually it's risky. All over the world, they will close the bridge for a risk area to drive on. So we open the openings of top of the support. We call it bearings. On top of each pier, there are 2 bearings that they are taking care of the bridge from under, giving some freedom, but it's also supposed to be stable, not too much loose. So we find out that the water and dirt was on top of them for years, for 30 years, that maintenance was never done. So we took it, replaced everything, tried all, we have here 16 numbers of bearings, and there is a section that was totally moved. We find out that all the bridge, the cantilever of the bridge was sinking down. We lift it with jacks 6 cm in the air, we tight it, and this is why you can see later on, you can interview also drivers, they will feel the difference, very much stable.
While access to the locality may have improved with the opening of the bridge, residents of Apapa say they cannot take the gridlock and its impact on the environment anymore.
I've been making overtures to the government for over 7 or 8 years. This problem did not start today. We can actually trace a timeline to what has culminated in this. And it starts right from the concessionaire of the port in 2006. You see, there was a steady build-up. By 2010, it had manifested itself fully. And what we're seeing today is just a situation where things have just become totally unbearable. You can look at the environment, you can look at what I'm sure you had to come here. I can't imagine what it took to get you here. So we've had enough. It's nauseating. I don't think this sort of thing has happened anywhere in the world.
They faulted government's seeming unwillingness to deal with the problem and have, for this reason and more, issued a 21-day ultimatum to the government.
Government can easily solve it. What is wrong with our rails? Our rail line can move about 150 containers out in less than 10 minutes. But rather than government do this, they have let us in this manner in the past 3 years. And look at the infrastructure. The infrastructure are now dilapidated because heavy articulated vehicles are passing through them and, damaging the roads that are supposed to be used by lighter vehicles. Criminality has increased. So we are not having rest of mind.
In view of this predicament, we, the residents and business owners in Apapa and Ajegule, we together with all meaning Lagosians whose lives have been rendered miserable by this traffic situation, hereby give the government a 21 days ultimatum to clear all our bridges and roads of all forms of trucks whatsoever. Enough is enough.
The story of the Apapa gridlock has continued to send shivers down the spine of the country's economy. And it appears this might continue if the required measure is not applied. This is what the relevant authority must employ to get the Apapa residents free of this log that has befallen them.